You know them by name.
Tommy, Chucky, Phil,
And Lil.
Angelica,
Susie. The new ones, too.
Phil, and Kimmy.
You know them by face. You know them by the things they say.
A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. Yeah, dumb baby!
They're the Rugrats. And they're still babies after all these years. It all began in Hollywood, California in 1991 at the Klasky Csupo Animation Studio. It wouldn't be long before the lovable babies that premiered on Nickelodeon that summer would become television's biggest sensation.
Yay!
10 years, more than 140 episodes, and 2 feature films later, this mischievous gang of diaper-clad toddlers has crawled its way into the hearts of millions of people all over the world.
Well, I like watching the Rugrats because it makes me feel like I remembered when I was a baby.
It was the first show I saw on Nickelodeon.
It's fun to see how they get into so much trouble, but the parents don't notice what they do.
Tommy, Chucky, Phil, Lil, and Angelica have been coming into your homes for more than a decade. You've grown to know and love them, and even relate to them.
I'm more like Tommy.
I always try to find out answers, explore the world.
Whenever my sister and I are together, we're like Phil and Lil because we look alike. I'm most like Susie because we always trying to right the wrong.
I'm most like Angelica because she thinks of herself as the cutest, the smartest, the greatest.
Well, I'm gonna need a doctor soon because all of this is making me sick.
Rugrats is watched every week by over 28 million kids in the U.S. It's seen in over 150 countries.
Bonjour, Tata.
And it's been translated into almost 30 languages.
Oh, después que ustedes no se subieron en él.
They've been on the cover of magazines, flown high above the Thanksgiving Day parade, appeared on the Rosie O'Donnell show.
Wait, I'm here! I'm here!
And now they even have their own star on Hollywood's Walk of Fame.
We never thought that Rugrats would go this far.
Yes, these babies have come a long way. And for the next half hour, we're gonna check out the phenomenon of the Rugrats.
Why don't you come with us?
We'll meet the talented people who compose the music and do the voices.
Hey, you're in Charlie car. You messed up our blankie.
And talk about how the show has changed over the years. We'll take a behind-the-scenes look at the All Growed Up special.
It was hard for me to picture Tommy with hair.
And check out some all-time favorite Rugrat moments.
If I'm turning into a chicken, then from now on, I'm gonna be a brave chicken, not a chicken.
We'll even find out what's in store for the future.
This is gonna be the bestest show ever.
Okay, so we all know that Tommy is the leader of the Rugrats.
Looks like a good place for an adventure.
Chucky is the scaredy cat.
It's awful dark in here.
Angelica is the bully,
I need more cheese.
with a spunky attitude.
I got spunk? Is that good?
And Phil and Lil are, well, Phil and Lil.
Mine!
But did you ever wonder how they came up with the idea for these babies?
Maybe we can help you.
In the beginning, the idea for the Rugrats came from myself sitting around at home with my toddlers.
Basically, the whole show's idea generated from her motherly instinct.
So I jotted something on a yellow pad. If babies could speak, what would they say?
Well, how about you eat the head and I eat the tail? Okay.
In a way, it's so obvious. You wonder why someone didn't think of it before, that you're telling a story from a child's point of view. He's down on the floor. He's going to be looking up at everything.
It's really about that baby point of view of the world and the sort of the simplest little things in your life and how that's a learning experience, whether it's your first cut or, facing the potty for the first time.
It's the worstest thing that's happened to me since my mom put me on the bottle.
They're just learning about life in their world, so to them, just going into the backyard is a huge adventure for them.
The whole world is open to these babies, and we watch them discover a bicycle for the first time, discover what it means to share for the first time, or to be brave, to overcome a fear.
I told him to hang on to his bathing suit.
Kids like the show because they can identify themselves with all those different characters.
They can really relate with what the Rugrats are going, the little shenanigans that Tommy and Chucky go through, they sometimes go through in their own lives.
Please let it be over. Please let it be over.
but this is the one I was working on yesterday.
Now, we all know that it takes a lot more than an idea to create a great cartoon. Hundreds of talented people work almost 9 months to write, draw, and act out just one episode of the show.
But Chucky, that can't be true. It is!
Of course, the Rugrats weren't always as big as they are now.
When we started to work on the Rugrats show, obviously we were a lot smaller studio.
I remember us being in this tiny box of a recording studio, and when one of us started getting cranky, we had to open the door and get air in.
I had a little desk under the stairs, and I was there for 9 years. You don't need a great big place to do the work. You just sit and draw.
It was very primitive in the beginning.
We had no idea it was going to turn into this mega conglomerate, worldwide, global enterprise.
Chucky, Phil, I got just one word to say to you. What? Dog food. Dog food. Dog food.
As the Rugrats grew from a simple idea to a worldwide phenomenon, they evolved along the way.
Wow, Chucky, when did you turn into a big boy? I don't know. Everything's happening so fast.
Sure, they're still the same lovable babies they were in the beginning, but their look has changed over the years.
As you start drawing something over and over again, 100,000, maybe a million times by now, things get refined.
The design has certainly changed a lot over the years. Lines became smoother for certain. I mean, as we moved in sort of into digital animation as well, the lines are darker, are thicker, and there's more of a roundness.
It all happened so fast.
Along with changes in appearance, the Rugrats also went through some changes in personality.
You know, in the beginning, his voice was just a little bit tinier, you know, just more baby.
I got an idea.
And then he got a little more mature, and the dialogue got a little more detailed.
I think me being me and you being you is just perfect.
Phil has definitely become Mr. Wise Guy.
Hurry up, Phil. Don't want brush. I only got 3 teeth.
And Lil has gotten girlier.
Look at me, I'm a princess!
If you watch the first episodes, there's really not a lot of mention of them eating worms and, you know, being as interested with what's going on in their diapers.
The fabulous Angelica!
She's not all bad all the time.
Are you baddies coming or not?
She has another dimension, or else she wouldn't like her.
All right. I won't call you dumb babies. Much.
That's evolvement right there.
The first 10 years of Rugrats has also seen new friendships develop.
Hi, my name's Susie Carmichael.
In the 3rd season of the show, the Pickles got a new neighbor.
Big Bad Susie came to town, and she was like the great leveler for Angelica.
Hey, leave them little kids alone. Oh, yeah? Who's gonna make me? Me. You and Wood Army.
Susie and Angelica are a great dynamic duo.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Oh, yeah?
The quintessential bad girl and the quintessential good girl. I mean, what could be more fun?
When we come back, we'll get the lowdown on how the Rugrats world was turned upside down when Dill and Kimmy arrived on the scene. We'll also find out what it was like to work on the All Growed Up special.
Wouldn't it be neat to go to the future?
Still babies after all these years, we'll be right back.
My favorite Rugrat is Dill because he's really funny, and I like when he bops Tommy on the head.
Ow! Dill does stuff like, he's like just, and then he just like says poopy. Poopy! I guess you'll make me love you.
When Dill burst onto the scene in 1998 in the Rugrats movie, Tommy and the rest of the Rugrats were forced to adjust. It was tough getting the hang of Dill, but well worth the effort.
In the case of Dill, it was kind of fun because we wanted to introduce a character who was even lesser evolved than the rest of the Rugrats. And at first, writers hated the idea because we were like, wait, he can't move by himself, he can't eat, he can't talk. I mean, what are we gonna do? He's the lamp. But he ended up providing this really great conflict for Tommy, who had a responsibility to his little brother, and for the others who were like, oh, why is he with us, you know?
How come you're always bringing him over to play with us anyway? 'Cause I'm his big brother, right, Dilly?
I think having a new baby brother for Tommy really changed the face of the show.
He may be kind of yucky, and he does sort of drool a lot, but he can do lots of neat stuff too.
It provided him with someone to care for and someone who he had to consider.
But Tommy, you're supposed to be in jail. Sorry, Chucky. Dylan wants to play too.
Bringing in the baby was just another, you know, it was part of life. The baby affected the parents, affected all the other Rugrats. Now we have all these new things to deal with.
Yeah! Dill, quit pulling on my baby.
While getting a new baby brother was a lot for Tommy to deal with, Chucky was facing a challenge of his own.
You don't got to, Mom, do you, Chucky? Nope. How come? I don't know. I just don't got one.
I think one of my favorite Rugrats moments was in the Mother's Day special. We can hear Chucky's mother's voice in the poem that she leaves for him.
This poem will tell you where you always can find me. When a gentle wind blows, that's my hand on your face.
I think that Chucky missed his mother as he was getting a little bit older, and you could see that other children had mothers. It's a big part of a kid's life.
But things changed for Chucky big time during Rugrats in Paris, when his dad met Kira and married her. Suddenly, Chucky had a mom.
My favorite Rugrat moment is when Chucky gets a mom.
Chucky has another positive role model besides his dad to look up to.
For Chucky, it was just, there was always this void, and there's a sense of happiness in all the shows since.
No!
But along with a mom, Chucky got a younger sister, too.
My favorite Rugrat would have to be Kimmy, because she's so bold and exciting.
I like going on adventures, and she does too. Make it go faster, Tommy! She never quits.
And as he found out, while having Kimmy around was great, it also took some getting used to.
I know I'm supposed to be a big brother named Kimmy, but I don't think I can do it. We're too different.
Chucky having a new sister also changes the dynamics for Chucky, because now Chucky has somebody that he needs to protect also.
I got to stay a helper, and then watch out, Thor! I got to be a big brother.
Kimmy has helped Chucky, I think, to grow tremendously. She helps Chucky and encourages him to try new things.
Good idea, Chucky.
They're just always there for each other.
The introduction of brand new characters was one way of keeping the Rugrats interesting. Another way was to create new and exciting adventures.
We have kind of explored so many little baby problems or toddler problems. We have to expand a little bit the storylines and go into worlds where we couldn't have gone.
We could boldly go where no baby's ever gone before.
So we go outside the house, we go into a restaurant, into a shop, and to explore more.
So the writers decided to explore the imaginations of the Rugrats themselves.
Shoo, shoo.
They soon found out these clever babies have some pretty big fantasies.
The Mega Diaper Baby!
The fantasies allow us to sort of be adventurous.
Hang on, you guys! Hey, watch it! That was a close one, yeah. I didn't think we'd make it.
The fun of the fantasies is when you come back to the real world and you see them side by side and you say, oh, that's what that play was. That's what they were doing all along.
This is the best adventure we've ever had. Don't you think so, Chucky?
New characters and imaginative storylines have kept the Rugrats exciting. At the same time, new technology has made the show easier to make.
The process has changed in the sense that we use computers more now. Not in the animation. The animation is done the same way, but in the coloring and the backgrounds.
The fact that we use the computers to do the animatics means that you have a great control over the show.
We're having a really, really fun time.
When Still Babies After All These Years comes back, we'll talk about the music of the Rugrats.
But as soon as kids hear that, ta-da, they go running.
We'll also find out about the All Growed Up special and check out some of our favorite Rugrat moments. So don't go away. Ah, yes. yes, we all know this song. You can't talk about the history of the Rugrats without mentioning the music.
In homes all over the world, if a kid hears that music, he knows that's the Rugrats.
I've written dozens of theme songs for TV shows, but this is the one that really seems to have caught on the best.
Mark Mothersbaugh and his brother Bob were once part of the 1980s new wave band Devo. Together, they created the music that has helped define the Rugrats world.
The music, when it first started off, was much more Tinker Toy and simple, and it was because it came from this a limited repertoire of instruments at the time. And over the years, things have been added on, things have been embellished.
We have a lot of weird voices, ba's and loos. That's really kind of a signature sound of the show. When I get the tape on a Monday, we go spot the episode, which is where you sit down with the director and the sound effects people and we watch it. And they say, okay, we need some music here. We're gonna need something there. You know, I wrote down notes for one show and I looked at it and it said snot bubble music. There was a little vignette where Dill had a big snot bubble come out his nose and pop, and they wanted snot bubble music.
This hasn't been revealed before, but when Arlene and Gabor were designing the characters, they used my my hairdo and my glasses for the inspiration for Chucky.
The Rugrats have been through almost every adventure under the sun. But there's one adventure they haven't experienced, until now.
What?
I've always wanted to do something with the Rugrats all grown up.
I never thought I'd see the day.
You're working with these little babies for almost 10 years, and you know them at a certain level. And there is that question about what would these children be like when they grew up.
Thanks to the All Grown Up special, we now know. But it wasn't easy making the gang 10 years older. It required the producers to make some very tough choices.
There was a big discussion of whether or not Tommy should have hair or not. And I was like, well, you know, why not?
You know, it's hard for me to picture Tommy with hair. He kind of looks a little like Stu.
The things that were fun to look at was I loved seeing Chucky with braces on.
I can't believe you and your mutant friends are still playing in a closet. Oh, I loved it. I thought she was so cute.
It was a really cool experience to watch these characters age.
You think I don't know when you're up to something?
For the actors who work on the show, nothing was more fun than making the Rugrats' voices sound older.
For me, I couldn't wait to get to work and sit around the cast and have everybody do their version older because it was funny.
Emeka CD is brand new. Hand it over.
But you said we could borrow it, Angelica.
Your memory's slipping, Pickles. I said you could maybe look at my Emeka CD.
Does anybody but me think we need a bigger clubhouse?
Philip, when you're the bottom of the pyramid, you have to tell when you're gonna move. Hello? I think I ripped my pants.
The dialogue was still along the same lines. It was still like, come on, guys, let's go, you know, instead of, come on, guys, let's go, come on, guys, let's go.
As you watched the actual story of them when they were older, I got so caught up in this as these are kids, they're grown up. It seemed perfect. It seemed like they were going to be okay.
I want them to stay babies forever.
I don't think I want to grow up. Me neither. Let's go play outside.
Roses are red, my dress is red too. Happy, 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 happy Valentine's to you!
Whether all grown up or still just babies, we've shared some of life's most special moments with the Rugrats. From observing Passover, to celebrating Kwanzaa, to running around with turkeys on Thanksgiving.
Holidays are a big part of everyone's life. I mean, whoever you are, there's always some holiday for somebody somewhere.
A holiday? Are there presents?
What's great about the Rugrats experiencing and understanding, let's say, Passover or Christmas or another holiday is that it's done in a playful way, and the stories are explained within the reality of the Rugrats.
Chucky, look at this bread. It's flat. Oh, you didn't by any chance forget to put the yeast in the dough, did ya? Oops. Hey, look on the bright side. We just invented matzah.
Holiday episodes are always fan favorites, but they're just a few of the many Rugrat moments we'll remember forever.
I remember doing the Nikki episode of Rugrats. I remember just how Tommy was like, Nikki's good, Nikki's fun.
Don't you see, Phil and Lil? Yeah, we see all right. You don't have to wear clothes or diapers. You can be free. Yay!
I really like when Phil and Lil are doing the commercial for the baby diaper thing, and they keep messing it up. I thought it was really funny.
My favorite Rugrat moment is when the episode I do, when Chucky and Lil are married. They want to marry Tommy and Phil.
Yeah, then we'd all be stuck together forever.
So they go up to them and they like say, why don't we all get married?
I do. Now we're all married.
And some of the earlier episodes are still my favorite ones, like the potty training episode with Chucky.
Like they say, everybody who's anybody is potty trained. Yep, but I'm anybody now.
The time when they thought Dill turned into a watermelon.
Dill? Dill? Is that you?
The ones that I tend to remember are the ones that are very touching. You know, the time when Chucky's bug Melville died. But it was such a great way to deal with that subject.
We're here to say goodbye to our friend Melville the Bug. That's Melville the Bug Finster.
Rugrats history is full of memorable times.
Hey, you guys, guess what? What? I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, and I'm going to get a rooster shot. I don't want to get my hair cut. I've had this hair my whole life. Why do they want to cut it now? Don't worry, Dilly. Everything's going to be okay.
So what does the future hold for the Rugrats?
We've introduced a new babysitter to give the Rugrats a new character to sort of come up against. And also by putting Angelica in preschool with Susie Carmichael, which we'll see more of, and a new character, it'll give us a new environment to play with the kids.
Well, with this group of troublemakers, you never know.
I don't know, maybe we do a 25 years old special when they get senior citizens. I don't think so.
If we was big people, we could do anything we wanted.
I don't know if the world would be ready for them as parents, but that's a possibility too.
Wow, we got a baby. I wish we'd talked about it first. I don't know if I'm ready.
The Rugrats. They've been a part of our lives for over 10 years.
Wow.
We've seen them through the good times.
I think this is one of the most wonderfulest times I ever had.
And the bad times.
You guys won't believe what they're trying to make me do. What, Chucky? They're trying to make me use that.
And through it all, they've taught us about friendship.
Chucky, I just want you to know that no matter what happens, I'll always play with you and even share my toys.
It has been such a privilege to be a part of this.
It's nice to see that your work paying off and people actually enjoying watching your work.
It's more than just entertainment. It reaches the heart. It reaches older people. It reaches little kids. I take great pride in that.
I love you. I love you all.
Since they were introduced, the Rugrats have been our favoriteest babies. And as they enter their second decade, we'll watch them as they join forces for more crazy adventures. The Rugrats may not be getting bigger, but they're definitely getting better.
Better? What could be better?
You'll just have to wait and see, Angelica. Thanks for the memories, Rugrats. We're glad that you're still babies after all these years.